I am not sure if any group is winning. I think they are competing to each other constantly, and they're all trying to validate a particular knowledge around communication, or the way brands and messages are communicated, and how social media is the center of our daily communications. My name is Arturo Arriagada. I am an associate professor at the School of Communication and Journalism at Universidad Adolfo Ibáñez in Santiago, Chile. My field of study is cultural production, the relation between content creators and social media. And the last 4 years, I've been studying the influencer industry in Chile. My chapter is about the relation between creators in the field of fashion and lifestyle, and their relations with advertising agencies. It was interesting to observe on a daily basis the tensions, the negotiations, and the way advertisers and influencers work together in the design and the execution of brand campaigns. It's a way to understand consumer culture today, and how consumption and consumption practices are structured, organized, and mediated by different actors with a key role of digital technologies in that process, structuring those consumption practices. The social media entertainment, it's like the interaction between content creators, social media platforms or digital platforms with their own commercial interests and models, and the traditional media industry. So exploring those interactions allows us to understand how the advertising industry works, how value is created around brands and people as well, and how those interactions structure our practices and experiences. I use the work of Pierre Bourdieu, the French sociologist, specifically his definition of the field as a bounded space where different actors compete each other in order to achieve social positions, and the relation between social class and the way those positions are achieved. Based on that framework, it was possible to explore the relations and the competition and the exchanges that different creators and advertising executives have between each other, competing to become visible for audiences, for social media users, and for their bosses, the brands and the people who are investing money. I think creators have an advantage. They are capable to communicate and to establish maybe not honest, but maybe less cynical relations between them and final consumers, compared to how people consider advertising. But the advertising industry still has the power to negotiate with brands and to hire influencers. So they need each other. On a commercial level, maybe the actors that organize or that were part of the advertising industry were different, and they relied mostly in creativity, and at the same time they depended a lot on the traditional media industry. But also there was, and on a cultural level, there were different knowledges. Being creative was valued in terms of trying to catch or understand the way consumers behave, With the emergence of social media platforms or giants like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, etc., the actors that define the value production and the commercial relations changed. The mass media lost their power in terms of reach, in terms of how you can charge for an ad. And then there's a whole new knowledge that is valuable for those actors. Knowledge related to measurement of users' behavior, the role that metrics play, and now platforms and sometimes creators has more power in terms of the value they produce and how can charge for that. But there's a lot of discussion about the power of creators, no? Because they are still considered as amateurs, for instance, from the advertising field. Lots of advertising executives sometimes consider creators are people who are not working. They're having fun, and in that context, not always they have to receive payment for what they do, no? And at the same time, creators, they are expecting to convert their popularity and their passion into economic capital. I'm working in two new projects. One is still related with creator culture. We are studying the companies that measure the performance of influencers online, no, as intermediaries, no. We are exploring how this group of people, these executives of these companies, are defining what is measurable through the performance of influencers online and how can they charge for those services, etc. And also I'm doing research on the gig economy, exploring the labor dynamics of people who work in Uber and other type of companies in Chile.